to International Seed Showcase 2023. Greetings to our beloved lecturers, guests, and audience. Before we begin, I would first like to extend our thanks to Media UPM, Dan Lucas, KNS Creative Sdn Berhad, Laser OK Studio, and Mr. DIY for sponsoring our International Seed Showcase 2023. First of all, I would like to welcome lecturers and students from University Tunku Abdul Rahman Uttar, teachers and students from Sekolah Seni Kuala Lumpur, and Academy Bakat ABS. It is an honor to have all of you with us today. Without further ado, let us start with the sketching and rendering demonstration. Let us welcome Mr. Pravin Rao. Please give him a round of applause. Rao, a final year student of Industrial Design program. Pravin does freelance online where he established his own brand, Pravin Design. He has his own online supporters, mainly from Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, making him the most fitting person to guide this session. All right, I'll be handing this session to you, Mr. Pravin.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank Seed Showcase for giving me this opportunity today. My name is Pravin Rao and I'm Lucky Santiran, and I'm a final year student here at FRSB. Today, first of all, I would like to share some of my works first so you know what you're getting into. I would like to preface that I'm not a professional, but I will do my best today. Alright, let's go. So, I'm an industrial designer and a visual creative. I'm also an inspiring concept artist, so I like to do concept work. Although I'm studying industrial design, it is not only the scope that I do my work in. Most of my work is about character design and concept design. So these are some of my works that I've done before. These are my product sketches. These are the finished works that have been done before. See here, I'll just go through really fast because you want to get to the good part. These are some of my 3D stuff. This is my final project. You can check it out later on at the back. These are my sketches that I did for it. These are the final renders that I did for my products. These are the prototypes, and these are some 3D stuff that I did long ago. These are my cosplay works that I did. And yeah, this is the main meat of today's sketching and rendering. So I'm more of a mechanical designer. I like to design mechanics, which is concerning Gundams and stuff like that. So here are some of my works. Yeah, just standard Gundam stuff, anime, you know, those kind of things. I just go through really fast. Quite a bit, sorry. Yeah, these are some random concept designs I did. These are just exercises of thinking how I can incorporate some random items that I find around me to make them look like robots. So I was looking at this picture of a scorpion and I thought, hey, that would look cool as a vehicle. So this is one of those sketches. This was like, I played around with how a futuristic plane would look like, incorporating organic materials. These are some of my really draft sketches. We'll be exploring something like this today, but I'll try to do some really nice rendering as well for you guys. These are some of my character designs. I don't know if anyone knows Guyver, but it's Guyver. Yeah, this is some random max character designs again. There's a concept. This is some of the work that I did before for a client of mine. He requested a Spider-Man character that I did for them. It's a character sheet. And these are some of my Kamen Rider designs. There's quite a few things. These are my Ultraman designs. These are my creature designs. Pokemon. I really like Pokemon, so I draw a lot of them actually. These are Pokemon based on Malaysian culture, like the WoW and the Wayang Kulit, as you can see here. And yeah, if you like my work, you can follow me on my socials, Facebook and stuff like that. So let's get to the good part. We can start with the sketching. Okay, so for today I think I would like to do something that I'm comfortable with, which is mechanical design. I'll try to incorporate all the stuff that I did for industrial design sketching, but it's kind of more similar or the same with what we usually do here in FRSB as well. Because as we know, robots are manufactured, so the techniques that I'm going to use here are very similar to what we do for our work here in FRSB. So without further ado, I think I'll go through in my process. So the first thing I would do usually is to start with the references. So in order for you to build a visual library for yourself, you should be able to have a good reference library. So what you should do all the time before you start sketching is to find your visual library that you want to use. Now if you have a good visual library, for example, if you have a good sense of material, for example, you have a lot of pictures of cars, or you're really interested in cars or robots or such, you'll have a good visual library. However, if you're designing something new for someone, you should search up these images to make sure that your brain has enough to take from it. Do you understand? Because you cannot design something from nothing. That is not true. When you're designing something or drawing something, it has to be coming from somewhere. So let's start with the visual library. As you can see here on the right, I've chosen some few images for today. I've prepared this earlier. So we will be drawing some Gundams from the recent Witch for Mercury anime that just ended. So I'll be doing a custom mobile suit from that anime. So let's see where this goes. I haven't planned anything, so let's see. So the first thing I would usually do is create a new layer, and I would start sketching the basic posture of the machine itself. Basically let's say the proportions, we would say. So I'm feeling a bit of maybe this kind of detail for today, because we know most robots are humanoid, so I'm just gonna follow that concept itself. We're gonna do a humanoid robot. For the proportions, I'm gonna keep it simple, humanoid-ish, like this. We're gonna do a really simple skeletal structure here, very simple, just to block out what we're gonna draw on later on, because we want to have that skeletal structure under it so that we can add the details on top of it and make it simpler for ourselves later on. So the circles that I'm doing here is to visualize the jointing that is going to happen. I like to design stuff where I think about how it's going to work and how it's going to function. That's why industrial design has helped me a lot with this, because we as industrial designers do a lot of thinking on how the mechanisms work, and drawing this kind of stuff really is connected to itself actually. now we have here a basic stick figure here. I believe most of you basic gist of it. Every good drawing starts with the basics, and this is very important. So after that, we can create another layer, and we can fade this layer. This is going to be our base that we are going to draw the stuff on top of it. Now what we do is to block out the basic shapes that we want to have on this mobile suit. So I'll go through my references and look at items that I want or I fancy. Okay, let's go with this one, and then let's use a different color so that it's easier to differentiate between the layers. Okay, so I'm feeling more of a let's say a more of a sharper type of angular design here for the chest. So we are doing just simple stuff here. We're just blocking out the design, no detailed stuff. Everything needs to go by steps. It will make it easier for you in the long run, honestly. If you feel that the process for you doesn't work this way, that you need to go straight into details, that is fine as well, because drawing is for everyone. Everyone can draw differently. This is just how I do it. See here, then maybe the head is this way, like so. Then maybe we'll have a shoulder going out that way. I don't know, let's just explore some ideas right now. We can change stuff later on. That's what's so fun about drawing. We can just do whatever we want. Also, if you guys have any questions, you can send it to our Facebook Live, and I'll try to answer them while I'm drawing right now. So let's do the thigh here. Let's see, the thigh is this way. Maybe some kind of shape like this. Maybe it's thin over here. It's all about ifs, because you're still visualizing it in your mind. You don't have the full picture of it yet. So maybe we have a calf like this, and maybe the feet is just normal feet. Alright, and then the arm, maybe this is too far wide, so I'm gonna do it like here. Like so. And then we're gonna move on to the next step, which is the juicy part, filling in the details. Again, similar. We're gonna make a new layer, reduce the opacity to this. Now we don't really need the skeleton because we have already established the main blocking of it. So once we reduce the layer of it, we can change the color of the layer. Look at it, so I want it. Okay. So for those of you who are wondering what program I'm using, this is not Photoshop. This is Clip Studio Paint. Basically, this is the industry standard in Japan. Most animation studios use this program. You don't have to use this particular program to do anything. It's just what I prefer. It's up to you to use whatever program you want. It works very similarly. So how I like to do the detailing parts later on is to go and do it in batches. So I divide myself up into arms, body, head, legs, and such. So first of all, let's go for the head.